favorite thing to do professionally is closed shows. So I was very excited that I was last. Last year, I did a comedy routine about entering dating apps as a 50-year-old. So it's comedy with horror. I feel the need currently, instead of being funny, I want to acknowledge the conversations I've had here this particular year at camp about the burnout and exhaustion that we are all feeling, either as our identities have been politicized, our existence is political. Most of us, it seems, work in fields where our funding is questioned or questionable. So what I would like to leave you with is a motivation to keep the fuck doing what we need to be doing. So most stories that I tell are true and they come from my life. And so I would like to go back to the 1900s when I was in a tractor with my grandfather. I'm originally from Texas. We were plowing the fields at the deer lease. We stopped for a break for sweet tea and cigarettes. I was 12. My grandfather had this amazing ability of telling stories that don't make sense in the moment, but they might make sense 10, 15, 20, 30, 40 years later. So he told me a story about a group of exhausted travelers. They had traveled so far, they were exhausted in their bones. They were tired of each other, but stuck with each other. They were taken in and given huge bowls of piping hot soup. When they sat down at the table to have the nourishment, the bowls were so hot they wouldn't be able to lift the bowls with their hands. But the spoons that they were given were 4 times too long and very, very heavy. So the tools they had didn't work either. These exhausted folks looked at their soup and many of them got pissed. They were angry, they needed care, they needed nourishment, and it was so close, but it wasn't working. And finally, one person at the other end of the table realized that if they worked together, they could pick up a soup spoon and feed the person across the table. If they were able to feed the person across the table, they would get enough nourishment to then be able to collaborate and feed the person on the other side of the table. I know that there's a mental health metaphor about running out of spoons. What I'm going to ask you to do is to pay attention to sometimes you need some fucking soup. And sometimes the tools are right in front of you. You just need community. The antidote to what is happening in the world right now is solidarity. If there is anything that I can leave you with tonight, it's that we are not alone. We are in community. We have communities back home. Even those of us that live in teeny tiny little rural towns, there are people there who can be our spoon lifters, our soup servers, and they will help us do the dishes. Remember, you have spoons and bowls. Thank you. Keep working.
Give it up for Jess. Give it up for all of our talent.